Hello everybody, it's Alison from Did You Teach Online. I am so pleased to be back with another YouTube for you, and I get asked this question a lot. No, I am not sitting in a cupboard. These are massive sliding doors behind me to cupboards where I have all of my tech stuff, etc, etc. And it's basically the quietest place to record, so that's why I always record it. Anyway, moving on. If you are struggling to create the right type of content for your business, or you just don't know where to start, or you just like a little bit of extra information, then this is going to be great for you, because I'm going to be revealing some of my top tips as a contentpreneur, which I have used to grow my teacherpreneur businesses and a few other things too. So let's roll the intro and get straight into it. And if this is your first time here, my businesses are all surrounding education, notably online digital education now. I had a language school over 15 years ago and then brought it all online. I'm an award-winning author, and I've written a whole load of books, publications, courses, and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm not a flash in the pan. I've been doing this for a very long time, which is why my content performs quite well, I think, because I've basically been using Facebook since it arrived on the scene to market my businesses. I know Facebook inside out, and as such I'm now monetized on all the different levels for Facebook. Let me give you a little example here. So my recent addition is I've now been invited into the Meta bonus program, it's called, which is invite only, and that's the last one really on the monetization status. So because of my content, because of the content that I create, I've literally I'm on every single paid monetization invitation only program that Facebook, Meta and Instagram offer. So I'm super pleased about this. Now, if you don't know about this, which is quite new, the bonus program, it's where Facebook and Instagram, I said they're Meta now, aren't they? But basically, they pay you for your reels if you have high performing reels that have a lot of engagement. And I think the minimum is 1,000 views in 30 days. Well, I get that in about 3 or 4 days for my reels. So there is a whole strategy that goes beyond it. It isn't as easy as just picking up your phone and, trying to use a trending sound or something like that. To get really good, high engaging reels, you need to have really understood and built your audience first of all. And if you don't know how to do any of that, I do actually have 2 programs that can help you. One is a membership. It's like $20 a month, and every single month I give you what you need to know, what is working right now. And the other one, if you're an ESL teacher, is my ESL Content Vault, which quite frankly is gold and is based on my own business. Okay, moving on. Oh, I will leave a couple of links down below for those guys. Okay, so moving on. What sort of content should you be creating for your business? Now, it depends, firstly, on what platform you're on. Everybody thinks that you can just use the same content on every platform, and basically you can't anymore, because all of the platforms are in competition with each other. So we have Facebook and Instagram, who are really trying to take over TikTok, who were leading the ground. However, I feel that TikTok has changed as well. So I use Facebook to grow my community, because in Facebook you have Facebook groups, you can do really great lives, you can stream from Zoom, all sorts of different things, you can have private chat rooms, you can do all sorts of things on Facebook. You've also got your Facebook shop, so you can sell whatever it is that you want to sell, and there is a workaround for selling digital products on Facebook, because I do it. There's all sorts of things. So Facebook, I think, is a really great place to create different types of content. Instagram is a little bit different, and Instagram is a lot more difficult for the beginner. If you're new or to creating an account or trying to grow your business, it is really difficult on Instagram. One of my accounts on Instagram, I still got like 170 followers, whereas like I've got 52,000 on Facebook. It's like it's really, it's really difficult. And I'm actually doing a test at the moment where I've created another Instagram account, and I've literally recorded one reel, and I've recorded exactly the same reel with the same music and everything on another account. And I can tell you now, the differences in the reach is staggering. So the recipe here is that it isn't about necessarily how great your content is. It's not necessarily always about the trending sound. It's about the audience that is connecting to that. Now, Reels and short form video content like TikToks is great for expanding your reach. And now on Instagram, they will, if you have a professional dashboard, which I do, they will tell you how many accounts your latest reel or something has reached. They're giving you really good feedback. If I compare that to TikTok are more about the watch time, which is what you can see on this graph here. So this is the data from TikTok on a TikTok, which I think was 7 seconds, 8.9. No, hang on a moment. It must be longer because it was 8.9 seconds. Hang on a moment. It was 7.38 seconds, which has been viewed 117 hours now. Average watch time is 8.9 seconds. So they have watched it and then it's rolled again, and they've watched the first second again and then realized, it's the same, I've already seen that TikTok. So the differences between the platforms are very different. And because of that, the type of content that you need to create also has to be very different. Now, one thing that really kind of annoys me with TikTok is that it pushes out your content initially locally, which you can see over here. So the majority of mine was going to the United Kingdom, and then I tried really, really hard to get it pushed over to the United States, because the majority of my clientele really is in the United States. And I have noticed that TikTok accounts in the US tend to get a lot bigger, a lot faster than they do in the UK, which is a little bit odd for me, because TikTok have only brought out TikTok shopping in the UK, for example. Now, another really important fact to remember with the different platforms, and if you saw my last video, which was a little bit of a rant about TikTok, I am on TikTok, but there are lots of things I don't like about it, and namely the leaderboard. You will see that TikTok, in their battle against Facebook and Instagram, are pretty much desperate to get anybody to stay on their app all day. And that's why they've brought out the leaderboard, where they kind of seem to be paying jobless people thousands of pounds to do not very much, sitting in their kitchen. They're not even, it's another story. But yeah, they are fiercely trying to take that place. And as we can see with the Reels program that have come out from Facebook and Instagram, they are trying to take content creators and the traffic back from TikTok. Now, lots of people say when it comes to creating content, they say when you start only on one platform and grow that. I'm definitely against that now. And the reason for that is because so many of the platforms are changing their policies. TikTok is the worst, I have to say, with policy violations. I actually commented on a TikTok a couple of months ago, go and have a fag and a cup of tea. So in the UK, a fag is a cigarette. And I actually got a violation notice put on my account. And if you get 3 violation notices, they literally just just take your account. So the next day you'll log in and it's just all gone. That hasn't happened to me yet, but I did appeal it and I did get, they did say, okay, no violation, but you've still got the black mark somewhere on your account. So it's not very good. So it's a little bit odd, because from what I see that they let go on the leaderboard, compared to something like that, which is like a pretty innocent comment. I think maybe it might have been misconstrued for something else, but there again, that's slang in English. A fag is a cigarette. So yeah, I don't know. So when it comes to creating content, create content for all the different platforms, or for at least 3. So for example, I do a lot of lives on Facebook. I find the lives on Facebook, you get a lot more engagement than, for example, on YouTube or on TikTok, unless you have already built very big platforms. If you've got 50,000, 100,000 followers on YouTube and you do a live, you're likely to get engagement. I don't have a big audience yet on YouTube, so I don't have that engagement. On Facebook, I do. And actually, even on new accounts, after doing a few lives for a couple of months, you'll start to see a real snowball of engagement, or an increasement of engagement, which is what you want. Because once you have a page or a social media account, for example on Facebook, that starts to really get traction with engagement, whatever else you do thereafter starts to take off, i.e. reels, or just anything else. Don't forget, the static posts are also really important when it comes to creating content. And I'm seeing lots of people kind of just go, oh, right, it's all about short form content now, short video content now. Let's not create any static posts. That is a big mistake. And I'm going to tell you for why. If you're on Instagram and you go into advanced settings, you can use the alt tag, and you can literally stuff that alt tag with your keywords, and that will really help. On TikTok, it's really important, because TikTok, not only is TikTok in competition with Facebook and Instagram, but they're trying to take over Google as well. And they've increased their the little bit that you can write underneath your TikTok to 2,200 characters, which is quite a lot. And in there, they want you to be using all of your keywords, all of your hashtags, the same on your screen when you're doing your captions and all the rest of it. So it is really important. But what TikTok are now doing is TikTok are actually superimposing static videos like photos on the actual TikTok. It's not been rolled out to all accounts yet, but I have seen it. So don't think, oh, it's all this, it's just all video content. It's not. And also, Google have web stories. That's their version of Reels. So again, that is another form of content. Right, now let's start talking a little bit about what sort of content you should be creating depending on the type of business you have or the niche you're in. So for myself, be it education, online educational, online courses, coaching, mentoring, for me, it's definitely Facebook and actually Pinterest, because I write a lot of blogs and I get Pinterest is one of my best traffic lead machines after Google. 76% of my traffic actually comes from Google. It doesn't all come from social media. So that's also very interesting. So when it comes to what sort of content should you be creating, don't forget about the blogs. I think some people might have got a little bit lazy and thought, let's not write any blogs anymore. But I can tell you now, Google is the #1 search engine in the world. Game on, I think, if TikTok think they can take over them, but I really don't think it's going to happen. And let's be honest, do you think the #1 search engine on the planet is just going to lay down and be taken over by another app? I can't see it happening myself. So don't give up on the blogs. And not only is it good for ranking and helping, bring more customers to your business, but it's actually very good for your customers, for your followers, because there is more substance to the source, shall we say. Let's just say someone comes across your content on TikTok or on Instagram. If all they can look at are a few TikToks or maybe a standstill, which is the equivalent to a website and is very good actually for social media, and I use that myself, and I'll leave a link down below for that because you can get a free trial for 14 days. However, if you're trying to sell something that's a little bit more expensive than $20, $30, $40, let's just say you're trying to sell a course at $1,000 or $1,500, or you're trying to get bookings for an online language school or something like that, people want to know more about you and about your business. A reel and a TikTok is just not going to do it. They want to see a website. They want to see that you've been writing blogs, and they look at the dates. And I know this because I get messages every single day through my language school, and they always say, can you tell me more about this, please? And I send them straight to my website and there we go, job done. And there they can book onto the courses. Well, I actually have an English membership. They book onto the English membership. They can join group classes. They can read the blogs. They get free info packs, that sort of thing that they can download and start using. So all of that stuff is really, really important if you want to consider building and growing your online business, because once people have a good experience through their content journey with you, so they look at something on your social media like short form content, and then they come back to your website for that's really good for them. That's a good experience, and they go back onto social media and they share your content. They're doing your marketing for you, and this has been some of the secret of my growth actually, where I've had English students just sharing my content in groups that have got hundreds of thousands of students in there, and I've had to do no work whatsoever, as in running ads or anything like that. So if you create a good content marketing strategy from the start, and don't put all your eggs in one basket, as in one social media platform. If you spread yourself across a few, I get you probably don't want to do it all, but spread yourself across a few and look at the data, look at what it's telling you, and then you'll know, actually, why should I spend like half a day on TikTok? I've actually done this myself before. So I'm not judging when I should be writing blog posts, or I should be creating and recording a lesson for my students, or, so time is valuable. Don't waste it. Look at how your content is performing. And most of all, look at how the content is performing for you, because what might work for you as an ESL teacher might not work for a hairdresser or a beautician. It might not work for a fitness coach. So the different niches, the different industries, the different professional businesses, they kind of interact in a different way. It's true you should be able to use or lever traffic from these social media platforms, sure, but if you don't really know what you're doing, it's going to take time to learn what is going to work. So that's my advice for you to get started. Okay, that's it from me, guys. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Come on over to my website. I have lots of blog posts so you can read lots of things. I have free guides. I've got so much information for you. Yes, I also have paid courses too. But don't forget, the Contentpreneurs membership that I have is really gold. And what's more is, because I monetize, I'm really looking very, very, very closely at what works, because I'm being paid for this. So I want to know, how can I earn more by doing XYZ. So whatever I learn or whatever I'm told by Facebook or Instagram, I'm putting in my membership so that you can do the same for you. I don't have imposter syndrome because the real I create is not going to be anything like the real you create, because we're two completely different people. Okay, guys, take it from there. Have a great day wherever you are, and speak to you soon. Over and out.